What is up and good morning? We are here on our second episode of Morning Quest. It's a nice start to the week.
Yes, it is.
Especially when Starfield is out.
What?
All right. And that is the world that I want to live in. All right.
Starfield.
I couldn't be happier.
Take me to that galaxy.
Absolutely. So I am CMoney. Over on my right, your left, right, my right, is the very lovely and beautiful Doodle.
Good morning, you guys. Welcome.
Good morning.
Rise and shine, and thank you for being here with us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So, if you may have noticed, we have a small change, maybe a big change.
Maybe.
So, when if you look at our name, things have changed a little bit. We've been having a couple talks with some of our community members, and they brought up some good points to us. So we went ahead and made some changes. So you might have remembered that we were called Mario Kart Madman, and that was a legacy name that we had from when we made that name for our son when he was super young, to have access to YouTube. And now that we do this, we find ourselves constantly having to explain that we're not a Nintendo focused channel, that this is not about Mario Kart. So, so some community members pointed that out, and it made a lot of sense to us. So we made a change. So if you guys catch our weekly podcast called On Point, the gaming newscast, we really like the On Point branding.
We do.
That we came up with
it's
for that.
Got a ring to it.
So we decided to go ahead and to change the channel, rebrand the whole channel. So the whole channel has now been renamed to On Point for Gamers.
Yes.
So it's a nice play on the fact that it's for gamers, and there's 4 of us who run the channel, right, as a family. So appreciate that. Fonto in the chat saying good idea to rebrand.
Awesome.
Got a lot of homies in the chat.
You.
Really appreciate it. Hacker.
Nice. We're so excited you're here.
John Wolf was good,
Welcome.
guys. Sith Lord, back from the dead. What is up, fam?
Sith Lord.
Thanks for coming to hang. Thanks for coming to hang. So
yes.
So that is the new name. And again, this is like a little housekeeping before we kind of jump into the show. So another big thing that we're doing is, again, talking to some of our community members. Our Saturday show, as you may have heard around the streets, have become super long. We've been knocking at 7 hours. We passed 7 hours 2 weeks ago, and it was 6.5 hours for a few weeks. So it's been pretty high in time. That we've been going.
It just flows though. It flows, but it feels so chill.
It does.
But
it does.
It's like intimidating, just like clicking on it when you know that it's like 7 hours, even though we're having like a blast. You know what I mean?
Lot. Yeah. So another community member pointed it out, and it makes a lot of sense. We normally talk about gaming, TV shows, and movies and anime all in the same show. But again, kind of came to us and it made a lot of sense. We're actually going to break the show up. So we're no longer just doing one show that has everything in it. We're actually going to make the Saturday show, like our flagship show. It's our gaming focused show. We're going to keep it gaming focused only.
Yes.
And then on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I know it's going to be late for some of you guys and probably can't make it, but we are going to be doing our TV anime show. I'm
so excited for it.
Yes, it's exciting. It's exciting. It's nice because then we can focus on it.
Is going to host it.
Madman's going to host it.
It's going to get wild, you guys.
Which is dope.
Yes.
And that show is actually going to be called On Point Screen Lovers, Anime, and Beyond.
Yes. And as you guys know, our conversations about TV, anime, movies, they just get intense. So I'm very excited that we're breaking it up and we could just focus on different things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, that's the big news. And just a reminder, tomorrow I'm on the Xbox Factor podcast with Boom at noon. But at night, we have our brand new show.
What?
Her, him, and a guest.
We're so
and
excited,
our boy
you guys.
Boomstick XL will be joining us as our first guest.
That's so exciting.
Which is super duper dope. And then again, we do have our next guest lined up already, King David from Iron Lords, which is fire. The following week at 4 p.m.
Sith Lord loves anime. Yes.
Sith Lord does love anime. That's what's up. Jacob, yeah, I see. Yeah, you got our message. Cool, man. Appreciate it, brother. But yeah.
Oh, yes. King David. I'm so excited. It's insane.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. We're doing a lot of big things over here. We really appreciate you guys rocking with us. Absolutely. So let's actually let's get going.
Let's
get into it. So
let's get it.
Right now, you see our gameplay of Starfield going on. We streamed it twice. We're no longer going to stream it because I need to be able to just hone in and focus. And everybody's putting their ships online. And I got so jelly. I'm not at a comfortable point to post my ship yet, but I did.
Listen, okay.
You didn't see it though, Doodle. I did this on my own.
No, see, I'm going to tell you right now.
What happened? Tell me.
I have to approve it before you're out there
yeah.
posting things. You can't do that,
I'm not going to embarrass myself out in the streets.
No.
But what happened is, see, I don't have the ability to think of like the TIE Fighter or X-Wing or, the Pelican from Halo and be like, I can remember how to build that shit. I can't. But I did remember the Starfield Direct, right?
Yes.
That had, they were talking about how they build their ships. And one person brought up the idea that she likes to make animals.
Ooh.
Right?
Yes, I remember that.
So I'm not going to put it out there yet until Doodle sees it.
Wait,
but
what have you done?
I made a pretty, I would say.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
A pretty on point replica.
Oh my gosh. Of what?
So, it's like a bearded iguana.
A what?
I think they call him like a bearded dragon iguana.
Listen, see,
I'm telling you, it looks
dragon.
like it.
Okay,
let's
call it a dragon.
I called the ship the dragon.
Okay, so.
But it's like not a dragon from mystical crap, like the literal animal creature thing.
So the fact that you are taking this long to get it out, all right? I think we're going to regroup and work it through.
I think it's dope, okay? I think it looks cool, but it might not. So I need you to approve it, and then I'll post it on Twitter after the show.
Look, Kafanto trying to support this idea. He's like, wow, cool. I'm going to read it as I would.
No. He was like,
cool.
Wow, that's cool. That's what I heard. 100%. Facts. He also
what's
asked,
up, baby?
He also asked, have you made a pony ship? That will be my next one.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna make a pony. No, listen. I might listen. If it looks cool, I might have my niche. You know what I'm saying? I'll just start making animals.
All kinds of animals.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the gorilla. Watch, it's gonna be dope.
All right,
you're gonna see.
We're not gonna trust that.
It's all green.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool looking.
Okay,
but it may be whack. I can't confirm.
Yo, those words are really.
I ran out of money.
Okay.
Real quick, because this is what happened. I tried to build my own. So I deleted all the parts and tried to build one from scratch.
You shouldn't have done that.
Bad move.
Really bad move.
First of all, I started putting something together that God knows who the hell would even look like. I have no idea what I was making. But I just kept adding parts
about it being cool.
It became super expensive. I couldn't afford it.
Okay.
So I had to scrap. I spent an hour building this thing. Couldn't afford it. Deleted it all.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you're trying to sell us on the fact that it's so cool.
Well, the new one.
You couldn't finish it because you couldn't afford
No.
building it?
No.
Oh, okay.
The new one is a dragon.
Oh.
I'm saying I first tried to build one from scratch.
Yeah.
And that did not go well.
Okay.
So what I ended up doing was upgrading the ship. So I spent a lot of money upgrading my ship instead of building it.
Okay.
Then after I went on Twitter and saw so many people making so much dope shit, I was like, God damn it. I gotta make something. So
I gotta step
don't.
up my game.
So I'm not
and then
driving
you
in this
thought of an iguana.
stupid ass thing. Yeah. And then I saw a video about like some tips of what you should do, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something with my ship just to add parts to make it nicer.
Yes.
But then I started seeing what it looked like. Oh shit, maybe I can rock with this. So I think it looks cool.
All right.
But I don't know how an animal is going to compare to the dope shit that's out there. You know what I'm saying?
They've been making. Listen, I appreciate your confidence. Yeah.
I mean, it's lack of confidence because I'm not going to put it out there unless you see it and approve. So it's definitely not confidence.
Those of you that think I should encourage him to put up the picture, let me know. Let me know. Do
the right thing. Much appreciated. Fonto says, did you first try end up as a frog?
Yeah.
Well, no. It really naturally became the starter ship to like this cool looking ship. I don't know. Maybe
all
it's
right.
Maybe
I'll take a look. I'll take a look.
Fonto says to send him the pic too, and he'll judge it fairly.
There you go. There you go.
Hacker said, I thought I had money because your name is CMoney. Yo, you would have thought, but it did not go down that way.
So for those of you that watched the gameplay, CMoney robbed an ATM.
Ooh,
okay, trying to show off. All right, because I was like, yo, get a little crazy.
She wanted me to be a thug.
A little bit.
So I had to show her that I could still be a thug.
Yes.
So I had to go rob a bank.
But it wasn't a bank. It was an ATM,
it was
baby.
A bank
it was an ATM
owned machine. So I robbed the bank.
Okay, so this is the sad part. The bank was like 5 steps away, and he chose to rob the ATM that was right outside the bank. I'm saying though, you should have went big and just went into the bank, and that's how he ended up robbing it for $300. Then he walks down and he's wondering why he's getting shot. I'm like,
I really did. I did it in listen, I did it in the cover of the night.
Yes, it got
I didn't think people were gonna know, but they knew. And I had to kill some people that I wasn't planning to. But check this out. I also found out that is the reason that I got caught in space. That led me to the Crimson Fleet.
So I shifted your entire game.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, because the Crimson Fleet story arc only comes through if you commit a crime and you get caught for it.
Ooh.
So because they started shooting me, they caught me, and that's why it ended up happening eventually.
So
and you had to be in their area.
Thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah, because listen, I don't know if you guys saw. Fonto says I was on that stream. It was hilarious. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
He got Fonto.
Yeah, I got real good. But I don't know if you saw the actual what the hell was it called? Oh, when we were doing the stream and I got stuck at the end.
Yes.
So my boy Infinite Umbra hooked me up with the answer.
Yes.
So turns out once you get into that thing before you can move on to finishing that part of the mission to move on to the Crimson Fleet part, I had to reselect the mission because it changed back to the main mission when I finished talking to the dude, and I was stuck because the door wouldn't open. I'm like, why? It must be a bug.
Yes.
But I had to reselect the mission that I was on, which then told me I had to talk to somebody else there, and then it opened with no problem.
The lady that was like right next to him,
literally right next to me. Like I could have asked her by mistake. I talked to so many people around that area, and I didn't talk to her, which is wild.
This is how real it feels though. Like they are very standoff in the game, so you kept asking everybody. Apparently, you asked everybody but her.
Everybody
right?
but her. Facts.
So he started asking around, and they're like, "Keep it moving, get out of here." Blah blah blah, and it's like you kind of almost feel like, all right, well maybe I shouldn't talk to you. You know, maybe I should stop asking questions. But that was another moment that if you guys see, CMoney went bonkers and started shooting everybody. And it didn't go so well. He got laid out. He got set on fire. It was interesting.
It was wild.
It was really interesting.
It was a lot of death. It was and again, trying to impress you to show you what I can do. And
it was nice.
That didn't work out great for me.
Yeah. It seems to always not end so well. Trouble comes in when you follow my path.
Yeah, you lead me to a lot of death and destruction.
I do.
In general right now. So, but
That's
I still
all right.
follow you.
I'm okay with it.
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I'll follow you. All right, no worries.
Thank
no worries.
you.
No big deal. Jacob says, I feel that I have to update you. I started new medicine this summer and changed the amount. This and also the full moon make it difficult for me to sleep and etc. On the edge of feeling better. Jacob, man, I hope you feel better, bro.
Baby,
sorry
thank you for sharing
stuff.
with us. And I'm so sorry
that's
that's
for
happening.
letting us know, for sure. Fonzo says, true, this game is deeper than the ocean. It really is, bro. It's so crazy. Hacker says, CMoney, you are bad. Well, you know, I'm not like a bad guy. I'm just a bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's been cleared up. And
that doesn't make me bad.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Jacob says he only has 3 hours and 39 minutes on Starfield equals not enough. Those are facts.
You know,
those are facts. It's not enough, but you gotta kind of do.
Getting in there. Yes.
You gotta kind of do what you can. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta do what you can, and you gotta go at your own pace because I feel like this game has been so anticipated, and everyone is so excited for it. So it gives you that rush where you kind of feel like I need to get to it, but the point of this game is to kind of enjoy however you can and however you want.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, it's Starfield. We've been talking about this game forever.
Yeah, it's like completely. I mean, I see it all over my timeline. You know, like people are just
going in
nonstop, like photos after photos. I still got to figure out how to get my photos from.
But that's the thing, and I think that's what happened with CMoney. The pressure of seeing all these photos and people, you know, upgrading their ships, and he's like, you know, I'm dead broke in the game. I got to figure something out.
Absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely. It was definitely FOMO. I had to make it.
Well, I've told you guys about CMoney's FOMO.
Yeah, it'd be real.
It's real. It's real.
You know, not for a lot of things, but for some things.
So don't give in to that, Jacob. Do your own thing.
Yeah. Follow Miles Morales' advice, right? Just do your own thing.
I'm going to do my own thing.
So before we talk further, I do want to, because I haven't been able to, it's been sitting in the box. I'm going to use this opportunity to go ahead and very quickly unbox.
Ooh, guys.
This is so cool. Constellation Edition. So you can, you know, enjoy the moment with me because I haven't seen it myself.
The fact that CMoney's going to open this up and get on his knee to put on my watch.
Wow.
You know, that's so sweet, babe.
That was not expected.
It's so sweet.
That was not expected. So this, I've been waiting for so long because I think it's like the dopest looking box ever. So we're going to go ahead.
Show us.
And open this up and see what ooh. Okay. So first thing they put right on the cover is the Starfield Steelbook.
Ooh.
And that's beautiful.
Oh, that is nice and clean, you know? I love that. That's awesome.
A lovely, lovely. I don't know why it wants to blur everything, but it comes with credits. And this is heavy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, that's
from
so
the game,
cool.
you know, you can pick up the credits.
Yes.
That's pretty dope. I don't know why it just popped out because it's supposed to be in there.
Because it's heavy.
Man, it doesn't want to blur it out. Why is it messing with me? It's
trying to play you. Put your hand behind it.
Behind it?
Yes, like your other hand.
Maybe
so you place it, you put your hand behind it. Sometimes it clears out.
All right. Well, it doesn't think it's a person, apparently.
It's not doing it justice.
That is dope. All right.
Now
we got the main
CMoney
event.
was so excited for this game that he got so nervous that he was not going to receive this box in time to go ahead and play Starfield. That he upgraded to Ultimate. What was it?
Game Pass version to Premium.
The panic was real, you guys.
I couldn't take any chances.
Okay? I get that.
This is it's just the reality. All right. But it did come the day of.
Yes, it did.
So I didn't get it like boom the day before. I got it on the 31st, but it was early enough that I would have been fine. But like, had I not done that, I would have been panicking.
He called me and he's like, any packages? Boom, guys.
Yep.
Boom, guys. Any packages?
The answer was no.
Bro.
The answer was no.
No.
Oh man, this is heavy.
Yeah?
This is heavy.
Let me see.
Hold on. Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Let me see. I gotta hold
on.
it.
I gotta
He's
show them.
trying to show it off. He's like, you're not gonna run with this box.
Oh man, you know what? Is the blur filter.
Yes.
Let me unblur it for
I
you.
like that.
Here.
Sith Lore, he has still not received his collector's edition. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Still
I
blurry?
feel like when you're waiting for it, it's like, it's got to feel like a lifetime. I know the panic that you went through, see? So
Yes, it was a panic. The panic was real.
let us know when you get it, Sith, and rock your watch. You know what I'm saying? Post some pictures.
All right.
It's clearing out.
There
we go. So the box is nice and heavy, see?
Oh, yeah, it is. Here, go ahead. Hold it real quick.
All right, I'll hold it. Damn. Okay.
Right?
Yo. Well, guys, it's been real.
No,
I'm gonna see you guys later.
She's going to take my
I got
shit.
my watch.
She's going to take my shit.
Just kidding.
So,
Okay, so it's cool. The thing about the Starfield merch is that it's cooler than it looks on TV. I feel like it's cleaner. The colors go so well together because when you do see it, it's like, oh wow, that's beautiful. But like, it's white, but the gold is so intense, and that little bit of red is enough to like make it really pop.
so I agree. It really does. So
Yeah.
this is the thing. So this is the latch, right? So the latch is here.
Man.
So the latch just opens. It's actually like kind of barely on, right? Like right there. It's like literally just comes right off.
It pops right down.
And then you're supposed to turn this to take out the pins that are on either side to be able to open it. So we have successfully done that. Let's see. We're going to,
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
let you guys look at it first. Oh my God.
Ah,
Oh my God. No, camera's over here. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
oh my gosh. Hold up. I
The
need to
watch
see
is
it.
real. No, you can see it right here.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay.
Oh, snap.
All right. That's
All right.
crisp.
It's going down for real.
Wait.
What?
You're gonna can it, right? You have your other watch on?
I do have my other watch on. But
For
first,
those of you that watched the Barbie movie. So CMoney told me that he was gonna wear one watch on each wrist, right? And I told him you gotta can it because Ken wears 3 watches.
3 watches.
All right. So he's up to 2 now. You gotta rock one on top of the other. And then I'll get you
Unfold it.
another one, see?
There we go.
You know?
That looks good, man.
I gotta
That
see,
looks
I gotta see, I gotta
really
see.
nice.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
The patch, yes, it needs to go on a dope ass jacket.
Oh, they did make a jacket,
Or I just
right?
put something sticky on it, and any shirt I wear, I just fucking just
Guys, I'm here.
just put
From
it anywhere. You know what I'm
space.
saying? Just go ahead, I'll rock
I
that shit
have
real
landed
nice.
from space.
The patch is dope. You know, like you can put something to stick a double-sided tape. You know what I'm saying? And just rock it wherever you go.
I'm like, yo, see, your patch fell off.
But like, God,
Damn it, this tape.
nah, we get high quality stuff, bro. We ain't gonna mess around. All right, so it comes with 2 different. Oh, it
The
comes
bands
with
are
a
actually
loop.
different.
It's a loop band.
Yo, they didn't
So
play
you can do it either way, either the buckle
Yes.
or the loop.
So I thought the other band was
That's pretty dope.
included just, for a smaller wrist. So that's
No,
not the
I like
purpose. They're
that.
both the same size.
Yeah, they're the
Okay,
same.
so
I'm
you're just
assuming
getting-
I haven't opened it.
So you're getting just a different look, which is dope because, every other
prefer
day,
the loop.
every other week, every other month, you swap it out and then your watch got new swag.
And then you're feeling different. Then you feel different all the
Or
time.
it'll pressure you into buying another one so you could have the other one ready with the band. And now you out there pimping. You know what I mean?
You are out there pimping.
Rocking it right.
You are
That
out
could be
there
your
pimping.
third watch. See, tap, 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 right there.
Oh my God. So, Sith Lord, I think you said that he still haven't received his collector's edition.
He
You read
has
that?
not.
Yeah, but he said
I'm
he's so mad he hates
annoyed.
GameStop. I can't
I'm
fuck with
annoyed
GameStop.
that you haven't gotten your stuff. GameStop, yes, they try to play you with that 3-day. And then Best Buy sometimes, they'll be like, well, your item is not the item you pre-ordered a year ago.
Yeah.
we ran out. Okay?
Yeah. We ain't got those no more.
We don't. And they either say, you're still hoping it comes back. We'll let you know if we need to cancel it. Or, go out in them streets and find it. Because that's what happened with the Starfield controller for CMoney. I actually did a short because he was devastated.
Oh, my God.
So he received the box. The box was busted up, you guys. I was like, what the heck is with this box? I was the one who received the package. And I called him. I'm like, babe, a box came, but it's so beat up. It looked like it was ripped apart. And they grabbed a piece from a different box to reseal it, and there's tape everywhere, and it's all mushed up. And I'm like, it doesn't even feel like there's anything in there. It actually sounds like rattly. So he goes, the only thing I'm waiting for is my freaking Starfield controller. So I opened it, I said, I'm going to record this. So I recorded the box. I recorded opening it, and there were bibs in there, you guys. Like
bibs, bro. Like baby bibs.
Yes, baby bibs.
Baby bibs, dude.
Someone
fucking
opened the
crazy.
freaking box, took the controller, and put bibs in there. Like, yo, I played you like a baby. All right? You don't even know what happened. So that's what we got. And we reached out to Best Buy, and they had the audacity to say, like, well, send us back the bibs. And then I'm like, you guys don't even sell bibs. But the point is, like, get me my controller. We want it ASAP. We'll send you the damn bibs.
The shorts are in our channel.
Yeah, so I went to Target.
Go find them. That shit was crazy.
And they freaking had it. I went over there and I scooped it up for C, and he was so freaking happy.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah, I recorded the whole thing. I do. I try. I do my best.
Girl. So you don't mess around.
Yeah.
Jacob says, I just found out 1 month ago that you can put a bucket on shop sellers on Skyrim. You can do that in Starfield too, he says.
Yeah.
So you can steal unnoticed. That would be wild.
Okay, that's a type of, those are the best thieves.
Yo, seriously. Fonzo says premium quality too. The patch needs to go on a dope jacket. You already know my double tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I ain't messing around. He says you have to change your name to K Money if you're rocking lots of watches.
That's what's up. What's up.
Listen, we got a lot of ideas with changing names.
I know.
Fonzo, listen, we still going back and forth with the idea of doing something with Bonnie and Clyde, bro.
Yes, that
shit was
cool.
such a great idea.
That was such a good idea. We kept thinking about it. I'm like, yo, that sounded so dope. And C was like, yo, that's gangster right there. We got to figure out how to use that.
That's right.
That was cool.
Jacob says, I love that when you get chased by guards in Starfield and then give in, you don't get taken to jail directly like Skyrim, but someone who asks you to go undercover as a Crimson Fleet. Well, actually, I think that only happens one time if you go through the mission. If you don't, then I think that maybe it does happen often every time they catch you. But that's the way you start the Crimson Fleet. Storyline.
Yeah.
Siflor says, wow, what the fuck? That sucks. Yeah, it did suck, bro.
It was crazy.
That shit was horrible.
He's like,
so
am I going to get this
devastated.
controller? I can't be the one without the freaking Starfield controller.
Yes.
And listen, again, it looks even better in person. It looks just cleaner. I mean, I'm really thinking, because they did make the jacket, right? And the jacket, obviously it has the Starfield colors. And I'm like, yo, that's like, get dirty real quick. You know what I mean? Or like by mistake, bump into anything and boom. But I'm starting to feel like it's looking kind of sweet.
Yeah. I kind of think I need that Starfield jacket.
I'm changing my mind.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
I feel that for sure.
I'm an enthusiast. I may be rocking the jacket. All right?
I like that. There you go.
Yes.
There we go. Fato says it's Best Buy, not Bib Buy.
Exactly.
Yo, I was so dumbfounded when she told me that there was bibs in there.
Oh my God. I was like, yeah, and they were, guys, it was the nightmare before Christmas, like a 3-pack for newborns, like those tiny bibs. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Why? That shit was wild.
The disrespect, though. Like, you're waiting for your Starfield controller. This is what I'm going to put in here.
Absolutely.
Get it. Go eat your baby food.
Now, I'm also going to take the chance because, again, I haven't done it. I've had it the entire time since it first came out, but I haven't done is I'm going to maybe I should unblur it again because
Yes.
you know
We need to see it. See.
might want to be able to see it. So I'm also gonna just do this real quick. The headset.
Yes.
Okay? I've had the headset. It's been sitting in the box untouched for like a long time now. Whenever it first released. So when you open the box, comes looking pretty premium, right? So it comes wrapped nicely. You got that nice Starfield emblem up top, which is dope.
I love when the boxes don't come like dented out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
It's so annoying when you receive something and you're planning to keep the box and it's...
Can you guys see up there? It says for all into the Starfield up in the very top.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is pretty dope.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Is there something back here?
I love when they put a saying on like things. No. I think it's the U-Tunes, these little figures that they make. When you pop the box open, it has like a saying from either the show or something like that. So I just find that like really interesting. It makes you not want to throw away the boxes, but it's like, how many can you keep? You know what I mean? you need to get like a separate house or another apartment just to keep your boxes.
Seriously. So somehow the Starfield controller, look, without even trying, it lit up inside.
It did?
Like, it's like you rang. It's ready for me. Look at this. It's already, look at that. It's already trying to find.
That's so, listen, it's like
anything.
A Toy Story moment.
Just opened.
It's been waiting for you. That's like your toy dope, over there who's like, yo, why won't you open me up and just use me? This is
dope, dude.
Yeah.
I like this. It looks really nice.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that tube that they put in between to protect it.
Yeah, to protect it.
I
so
love
it's not
that.
There.
Okay, nice.
It's like you keep that tube so you can
of course
always put it on the side. Oh man. I like that. Look at that.
Hi.
The
Sweet
detail of that. It looks so nice, man.
Happy day for C.
Well, it's been sitting there.
It has. The mic looks
so
true,
cute. Fonzo? He said in between the inside the controller battery cover. All right, I'll open that up. I'll take a look. I don't know if I saw that.
Oh, I love it. It looks so cushiony too,
this.
like the sets.
The metal?
Yes.
Like the metal piece, you see that?
Where the gold in between, I'm telling you. The color combo is stunning when you see it.
Let's see. Let's make this nice and big. I got a big ass head. As big as that can be. Let's see.
Yo, C. What's up, baby? Damn, boy.
Damn, you can like, man, this is mad sensitive. I feel like I can hear shit in there. What's it? Good?
It looks great.
Looks dope.
It looks freaking awesome.
I think it's dope, man.
Let me
I love
see.
the light, man.
Is it nice and heavy? Like
it's like, yeah, go feel it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So guys, first of all, this freaking padding over here, the red, super soft. Oh my gosh, the ears too. I love the glowing mic.
The glowing mic is fire, bro.
And dude, it looks like, you see that gold bar? It looks like it's, because it's like dotted, it looks like it's bling, which is not, but it looks like it. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's super comfy. Yeah. Check it out. See?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get going.
You look dope.
Again.
Damn, girl.
So I'll see you later.
So
you know what I mean? I got my headphones. Nah, that's so cool. This rotates too nicely.
Look, Fonto was talking about the middle message on the inside.
Yeah, let me see. What does it say?
For all into the Starfield.
That's so cool. Thank you, Fonto. See, you wouldn't have looked. Bro. You didn't look because you opened it to put the batteries in, right?
Yeah, I did not notice that.
And you missed it. So thank you so much. That's super cool. I love little things like that when they put a little message that makes you feel like it was said to you. Even, obviously they put it on the controllers, but it's like for the fans. So it means something.
Absolutely. Man, I gotta get like those stands that Boom has. he has like this dope. Actually, I didn't know how much shit they sell on Etsy.
Yeah.
Like they sell a lot of stuff there that people make custom.
Yeah, I never checked out that site.
Yeah, and he that's where he got the stand. People do like custom consoles, like custom covers and shit. Somebody made a dope ass Xbox Series S one.
Really?
Which I was like, oh man, I might get that, but then it's like the same cost of the fucking console. It's like,
maybe not. I've changed my mind. I don't know how I feel
You know,
about it
we don't
anymore.
We don't need to go crazy.
Nothing to do with the price.
No. Sith Lord says Doodle was trying to tell you something with the bibs. Damn. Oh god.
No, listen. We have 6 kiddos. I think we're done. We have 2 sets of twins, and then we have 2 single ones. Our first ones were singles, and then we have 2 sets of twins. I think we're Gucci Gooch.
We've had enough bibs in this house. Ain't nobody needs any more bibs. We're good.
But can you imagine?
See, Jacob has the right idea of the way we should have handled the bib situation.
Oh, tell me. Yes.
He says, idea, Doodle. Go to Best Buy with a shotgun and yell, where's my controller? I mean, you probably get locked up.
Shit, motherfucker?
And they will never get the controller. But in theory,
babe, I'm locked up.
that might have worked.
They thought I was for real. I was just joking.
This is fake, man. This was fake. Guys. I was acting out a scene. I'm in drama class. You know what I'm saying? I take it on the weekends.
Oh my God.
Fonso says that it came out in June. So yeah, wow. I've had it for a few months then. And it's got cool sound effects too. Oh, that's really dope.
Oh my gosh, do you remember the one? So I think it was GameStop exclusive. They had the Snoop Dogg one, and every time you turned it on Snoop will talk.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yo, it's so dope.
I have that headset.
It's so cool. I was like, oh my God, Snoop Dogg's in my house. He's in my house. It felt like so weird. Like obviously I've heard your songs, and this felt a little bit more close. Like we were friends
like he's
or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. He's just recording, talking to millions of people. He doesn't care about us. Son of a bitch.
But this is what I'm saying about personalizing things, right? You kind of feel like it's for you.
Absolutely.
You know?
I get that absolutely. Jacob says, like I said the last time, I was mad at the 10 gamers. But I keep laughing because we know that it's everyone, including multiple courts versus FTC, CMA, and the gamers. And last time I heard, Biden is tired of Lena Khan. Yes. Everybody's tired of Lena Khan.
When are we getting a freaking answer about this situation? It's crazy because
before October 18th.
I've almost forgotten that we don't have an answer. It always comes back to this, like, okay, next week. And now it's getting to the point where we were on it. And now it seems like, what's going on? Like you almost don't even think about the fact that this has not gone through yet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard because I think once Sony signed it, we all kind of already feel like it's done. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we're just in a waiting pattern here because the CMA, they've been approved everywhere. CMA, they're just trying to do it cordially with CMA. If the CMA turns around after they did this whole rush thing and, dropped that case or whatever and redid another one, now they have this plan with Ubisoft. If they still try to block it, there's no bone in my body that says that Microsoft will not close over them. They absolutely will.
But I do get Jacob's concern because it's not done. So at this point, you kind of, you never know what can come up. And that's the thing to always kind of keep in your mind, you know?
It's with the CMA that we're struggling though. So thankfully everywhere else we're sad. I mean, for all my UK homies, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
but you will have to deal with the bullshit that your government gives you if they don't approve this deal, because Xbox is going to buy Activision if the CMA doesn't take it. Because there's nothing else you can do. At that point, if they block this, you're not winning anything anywhere else. Like any other deal you bring to them, you got to remember that they could just bitch you out and say, nope, you're not buying them either. And like, what are you going to do? You're going to spend your whole life not buying studios because this one tiny spot says that you can't when everybody else in the world will?
Like power, right? So when you think about it, it's like if you go ahead and get intimidated. They're doing everything they can to go ahead and kind of please them and see how they can work this out. But you can't like fold your cards and be like, okay, well, you know, we're not going to go through with this because it's being watched.
Agreed.
So if you get pushed around like that, I mean, it's not a good look.
Facts. Fonzo says trees grow faster than the legal system moves. Yo, 100%.
For real.
100% true.
All right.
All right. So right now, right, Starfield is in our lives.
It is.
So I can say, you know, I'm only in about 12 hours in, maybe 13 or 14 at this point. I'm so enamored with it.
Yes.
Like 100% love the game. It's going to be my game of the year. Easy. And honestly, from everything that I'm experiencing, absolutely. The people were talking before about it being a game of the generation.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. There's no way of not even seeing it. This game is so much further than what they've done before. Like so much bigger, wilder, have so much more going on. That if those places kept, like if those other games kept their communities for 10 plus years, right?
Yeah, this is going to be
This game is not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to do nothing but improve. There's already mods out there that are, you know, fixing a lot of the quote unquote issues that some people had. I personally haven't done anything yet with it. I want to, you know, figure it out and find it, how to do them. But like right now, I'm just kind of, I don't know if it's going to mess with the game too much.
With how you're playing it, yeah.
So I don't know if I want to go there quite yet, but like that scene is already taking hold and it's already happening. And I think at the end of the day, this is going to be a game that just constantly exists for us.
Yes. That's
like
always there.
Like there.
Yeah, I get that. I was speaking to Madman and he said this game is just ambition at its finest, right? Like they really wanted to throw everything in there. And I did say before, and they could have done that, right? They could have went ahead and released X amount of planets and kept the rest and then slowly make you buy them, right? Because this is what the world we live in and this is the type of things that we're used to. I love the fact that they didn't hold back. They said, look, we made 1,000 planets, go nuts. Play. And I'm also seeing that everybody's kind of playing this differently.
Yeah,
you know?
A lot of people are having different experiences, and that's what's so dope about this. Like, it's even when you look at the basic thing, it's not basic, but like even when it comes to like just the ships, like just the fact that, you know, so many people are investing their time into making these ships, being creative with it, doing like pretty awesome things with it. I love how you can target like different parts of it. This is when I was first trying to figure it out, but now I know how to do it.
Yes.
But you can go ahead and board them, steal their ships. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy. Like I'm going to spend so much time just doing that.
Yes.
Just building my array of ships that I have.
Looking around and seeing who's you're going to take.
Yes.
But that's the thing. And that's such a good thing to have in the game for people who love getting creative, for people that like to, you know, doodle with things, you know, and it's really cool. Also, you pointed out, because I was enamored with the combat.
Yes.
And you said that this is huge for a Bethesda game.
Oh,
to have combat like that.
It's not even close. Like Fallout 4 was trying to get closer to like an actual shooter feel when you're playing, but it wasn't quite there. Like
it's so
this is
badass. It's so
this
smooth.
is a first person shooter, third person shooter, however you want to play it. This is that. Like if you want to just go in and just keep boarding ships and do nothing but fight people, like go into the air and just
I'm getting excited.
Yo, you can. That's the thing. You can just make this as fun as you want the game to be.
The experience
like, what
that
makes
you
it fun
personally
for you.
want.
You know
because that would be like, I kept trying to get the controller from you every time that there was like
matter of fact, this is you right here
Yes,
playing.
but he be like, all right, you got 2 people, give it back. And I'm like, no. it got a little territorial, to say the least,
Yes.
when we were going at it.
It's so good, dude. Like,
smooth.
it feels so good.
It does.
It looks amazing, bro. Like, people have downplayed it. You know how you know it looks amazing?
How?
Digital Foundry, okay, when they do their analysis, normally, it just starts and it's like, all right, here's the game, blah, blah, blah. And they start talking about whatever.
Yes.
But John Linneman, one of the guys who does this, when he finds a game that he thinks is like special, that looks special, he does, it's like almost like documentary style. Like, it's different. Cool. He does like this beautiful intro, does this talk that like he writes something to say before it and like introducing the rest of the video that he's going to do. And again, it's like a documentary that he's doing. And he gave it that treatment and he loved it. Like, he thought it was amazing. He said the quality down, like the smallest details, that it's all there. It's all physically made. It's all rendered beautifully. He did nothing but sing his praises.
That's really cool to be able to hear that and like for them to see that, the people that made the game, right? Because like, I am still wondering, have they said anything about IGN? Like, have they made any comments about?
They're not gonna say anything.
I don't think they are, right?
They're not gonna say anything.
I feel like maybe the community is upset about what took place. So I feel like maybe a nice, little speech about it would be nice to hear from them.
But if they're not going to block IGN, then you can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't make a statement about IGN.
Yeah.
If you're still planning to do business with IGN.
It's not a statement. It's more of a comfort, like kind of like, all right, guys, we did what we did. We love that you're enjoying it. Nothing else matters.
You know what though? I think the community has already taken
that stance, that defensive.
Like, I'm telling you, like, there's people who hate on it still, right? Because they're just fucking haters.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a mod. Yo, I'm sure you guys seen it, but there's a mod that somebody made.
Yeah.
To change the buttons in the game.
Okay.
To the PlayStation icons.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
So that when if you play on PC. And you play with a PlayStation controller. Yeah. You have the PlayStation icons instead of the Xbox icons. So you can
feel, oh my God, that's bonkers.
John Wolf, he put, he wrote a tweet where he was like, when you don't want to feel like you're cheating on your boo. Because you're playing the game with the Xbox buttons.
That was a good one. That was good. That's crazy. Didn't you say that they're still wondering when the PlayStation version of it is coming out?
Some people still think it's coming. Some people, a PR guy for Starfield was like, was wild, is that there was some people who asked for the PlayStation copy of a review copy.
I don't understand.
Where are you?
Like, how can you spell it out? Like, I understand, yes, there are people who are not like ingrained or know maybe as much, but like, you've had to have heard about this. Like, when a game is exclusive to a console, like, when a game is just for PlayStation or just for Xbox or a Nintendo freaking game. Like, this is bonkers that they're still wondering when the PlayStation copy is being released.
It's wild. G Maybe was good, homie.
G Maybe, love, welcome. Good morning.
It's welcome. Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild.
It's
this
crazy,
kind of crazy, dude. Like, it's wild.
It's like saying, like, when are these Mario games coming to Xbox?
I know. It's just so ignorant. It's so ignorant. It's so ignorant. And it's just, I don't know. It's a shame. Jacob says, I think Bethesda was a good buy. If you lost them, you lost many exclusives. But my brain knows that Xbox won't allow that. No, that's why they did it. They bought them. Fonto says, after 30 hours, I'm seeing the true scope of this game. We'll be playing this for a long time. Yeah. Absolutely.
This game seems like something that you kind of just get on board and that's your game. Yep.
Yeah, like, honestly, I cannot fathom the idea of playing. Like, I don't know what we were streaming. Maybe it was on our podcast. And then I looked and saw that the Amalur, the Immortals, Amalur, whatever. I don't know, that EA game that just came out, that big first-person shooter that nobody's talking about, but supposedly it was pretty good. Like I was like, oh man, I wanted to play that, but it's like I was thinking of playing that before Starfield came out, but then once Gamescom happened, I completely
the
blanked.
Anticipation for you really took over.
Yeah,
like,
and
he
I'm
could not
in that
function
boat.
when
Right
it comes
now,
to playing
I
games.
cannot think of a different game to play. Like I just can't. Like if I have a moment to play.
You were
I'm
into
playing
BG3 because it caught you by surprise. You wanted to know what the hype was about. You did get into it, and then like you just dropped it, just like you dropped everything else, though. But like that was the game that you were kind of really getting into, and
absolutely,
it was non-existent the week before Starfield came out. That's crazy to be like taken over with excitement to the point that nothing else is good enough to like touch.
Yeah, this is probably going to be like my Animal Crossing.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to bring Animal Crossing again into the picture.
I think so.
But like I put 2,000, like I gotta have hit. I was like 1,700 like a year ago. I've had to have hit over 2,000 hours. Yeah. It's just a game that, and I just want to go in there, even though like I beat the game essentially. Like it's just it's like a feeling of just being a part of that world. Well, so I can't even imagine with something that's this big, and you could just say, okay, I'm just going to visit different planets on a daily and spend this day doing this on this planet and that day doing that on that planet. Like you can literally take different personalities or different approaches to every place you go to.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, honestly, it's really amazing. I love it. They even like Greg Miller, right, who's a PlayStation head.
Yes.
Obsessed with the game.
Yeah.
Literally, he put a tweet that said he's literally going to replay the game again, re-roll it on New Game Plus for the third time.
No.
So he's already ran through it twice.
That's crazy.
And he's still going.
Bet it's like different approaches.
Now, meanwhile,
to the game.
fucking kind of funny. I don't know which review they count. I'm assuming that the review from XCast is the one that counts the Xbox review, which was a 4 out of 5, which I think, I gotta be honest with you. I feel like Paris Lilly, super cool dude. I like him. I follow him. He has a lot of cool stuff. He's the one that does the flight simulator. He's always interviewing the guy on Flight Simulator during the showcases. Okay. The bald-headed black dude.
Yes.
Really cool guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So he reviewed it and he gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Right. Which, fine, to each their own, right? But the thing about Paris for me is that I feel like he is one of those guys that likes to ride the line. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't want to say like
ruffle feathers.
I love like he doesn't want to give it like he's a fanboy. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he did a 4 out of 5 just to give it a 4 out of 5.
To not raise any flags.
That's what I feel.
To ruffle any feathers.
That's what I feel.
Okay.
But you know, it be what it be. You know, it's not a 7 like fucking IGN gave it. But I don't think so. And the fact that Greg is so enamored with it, a PlayStation dude who's obsessed with this game now.
Okay, so that's what I respect. When you're able to go ahead and get out of your own freaking head and your nonsense, and if you can appreciate something for what it is, like you don't have to be a hardcore Xbox fan to appreciate the beauty of a game, right? Or a PlayStation fan or a Nintendo fan to appreciate the beauty of the games that they do make. And like, it's crazy that it takes a bigger person to be able to say that, right? Like ignorance we're talking about a community as a whole, right? Gaming, right? Where let's not separate it. Like this is a huge step forward that if we all just say, yo, props, I can't wait for something like this, a movement like this to happen on our system. I wish that we got these elements from this game on a game someday for this system. Like, it will just all be more peaceful. And we can find a way to kind of like excel and kind of ask for what we want without making it a hate thing, right? Like, I don't like it or I hate it because it's Xbox or because it's Nintendo or PlayStation.
Well, that's like this fanboy,
mentality
console war bullshit where it's like, listen, I would say I'm definitely an Xbox guy.
Yes.
Like there's just no denying it. I love Xbox. I
Yeah.
love the brand. I love the entity
You
of
always
them because I
have.
feel like they have always been for the community.
Yes.
Or at least they've tried to. In the recent years, they've really escalated that ever since, Phil took over. But that's really a big part of what Xbox does. They've been saying it for a long time, like they're just focused on their players and wanting to include as many people as they can. That's why when they bought Minecraft, they didn't take it away from anybody. They just kept it out there. I agree. And grew
very
it more.
Open. And that's the thing, is saying something and then doing something. There's a difference, right? So you can say whatever the heck you want, but if your actions are not backing it, then, I tell my kids all the time, you got to keep your eyes open, right? It doesn't matter what people say to you, it's what people do.
What people do, they show you who they are.
They show you who they are. They can't help but to show you who they are because actions speak louder than words. So ears can only take you so far. You have to pay attention. You have to see the behavior.
Absolutely.
Right? And I feel like they've gone hand in hand with their behavior, what they do, with what they say.
Yep.
So I appreciate that about them because everything around them is so cutthroat.
Yeah, it's the only other person. I mean, it's just PlayStation, right? Because Nintendo they don't do shit.
They don't jump into that.
They don't fight anybody, and they just stay in their own lane. Like they're living their best life and they're killing it, right?
They are.
But PlayStation is the only one who's threatened, right? So that's why they do that, because they feel like they are competing with Xbox.
And that's the biggest problem, right? I feel like if they would have just stayed in their lane, doing their own thing, instead of focusing so much on how they can keep games from going, like you were already leading, right? Yep. So why are you having such a focus on like taking games away, making sure they don't come through?
Because
like
PlayStation is all that Sony has. So if Sony loses PlayStation, panic. They lose everything.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation is a humongous part of what they do.
But this is the problem with what they did. About. They burn, and I understand that. But in business, yes, you have to be tactical. You have to be smart with the moves that you make, right? So that you can stay afloat, especially nowadays, right? And it's crazy because it doesn't matter how much money you bring in. Obviously, a lot of money goes out. You have to pay for things. You have to, and things are expensive, especially nowadays, right? Yeah. So that the profit goes a lot right back out. So I understand that, but you also, in your attempt into staying relevant and making that money, you can't burn all your bridges, right? So it's all a balance, because I feel like that's what they did. They ran around just throwing grenades. And it's like, okay, now you've caused a real big problem.
We're going to see over the next, few years, the outcome of how they handled the ABK situation.
Yes.
And the way they talked about, their studios, basically all their partners, basically anybody not Call of Duty, anything not Call of Duty, they ripped. Yeah. They pretty much said there's no game out there as good as Call of Duty. All your games suck ass. Call of Duty's the only one we care about. I don't give a shit about you or your other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the feeling they put out there. So we'll see. And I honestly, I feel like we're already seeing that when you look at Phil Spencer going on stage with Square Enix, shaking hands, saying we're bringing our games to Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, your games have always come to Xbox in general.
Yes.
It's just Final Fantasy and shit like that hasn't come.
Yes.
So it's like, look at them making such a big statement. I think that not only was that a statement for Xbox to the fans and to their fans, but it was also a message to PlayStation. Like, guess what, bitch? We don't need you. We can go do it somewhere else. And guess what? They actually have real money. Okay. We took your small bag because you have so many players and nobody bought the shit.
Yeah.
So we don't need you. We can do the same thing better with Game Pass, because more people, facts, 100%, more people would have played Final Fantasy 16.
Of course.
On Xbox.
Of course.
Than they have on PlayStation.
Yes.
Easy. 100%. No,
I agree.
not even a little bit of a chance.
I agree.
So it's just wild. So that's why I'm definitely an Xbox head, 100%. You can call me an Xbox fanboy, but I'm not going to go fight, right, people, right? I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not going to talk shit about PlayStation. Yeah. I talk shit about PlayStation fanboys. You know what I'm saying? Like the ponies, not like people who like PlayStation. That's fine. You can I like PlayStation, right? I have one. I have a Spider-Man console upstairs that's still in the box because I haven't taken it out yet.
Yeah.
But I have that, and I have the collector's edition for Spider-Man 2 coming, right? So how much I spent on Spider-Man? Plus we bought some plates. Right?
Yes.
So it's like
the controller too.
We spent $400 or $500. No.
Yeah.
$500 was no shit.
No,
spent like $700, $800, almost $1,000 on fucking Spider-Man 2. You know what I'm saying? So like we are like I'm a PlayStation dude as well.
Yeah.
Because I play the games. I'm not the bullshit though. Like I'm not for the people who think they're gonna talk shit about Xbox.
But that's it's the hate around it and the lack of enthusiasm for gaming in general. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the big problem.
All right. So Jacob in the chat says, many people keep saying, Pete, don't focus on fixing Redfall because he said he wanted to fix it till Fallout 76 level. I love Redfall, but are aware of bugs and love Fallout 76. I think that in order to have a buggy game, you need to realize that it's buggy. To love a buggy game, you have to realize that it's buggy. Well, you know what? That's actually something I saw too, that P. Hines was like, they want to get Redfall to where it needs to be. They're going to do the 60 frames per second. They're going to keep going because he said, and this is true, with Game Pass, your game lives on forever.
Yes. Okay. So
because new people come to Game Pass all the time and new people be like, oh, Redfall, what's this? Boom. Let's check it out.
Yep.
And if they fix it to a level that's respectable, like Fallout 76, they did, because even somebody like Mr. Matty Plays went back and replayed it after so many years as that online only Fallout game. And he said it's actually really good now. Like this is a great Fallout experience.
It feels like a whole different experience. If you haven't done it,
you should definitely go do it. Right. So it's like they keep working on it. And that's what Microsoft allows the quality to keep being there because you have an audience that's always there. And if you make your game good enough, there's always a chance that people are going to hop on and try it out.
And then thank you for saying that, because then like I do appreciate that they didn't just put out a game, oh, that didn't do so well, let's move on. Like they keep spending money on it and trying to do right by the consumer, and listen to what they're saying and try to fix what they need to fix. And when you think about that, right, they don't need to do that, but it is true. Like if it's in Game Pass and somebody new pops in and the word starts to spread, right, that they fixed this, they've done that, or you wonder why people are hyping it now, like what experience did you have? Let me go check it out again.
Yep.
It's just smart business, and in a way that you're also pleasing and taking care of your consumer.
Yep. Now, Starfield, remember, they had a really respectable amount of people playing it in early access. Remember, the game hasn't launched yet.
That's
but
true.
It's already topping charts. It always
catches me off guard
Steam.
that a lot of people haven't touched this game yet.
Yep. And also keep in mind that a lot more people on PC have subscribed to Game Pass.
Yes.
So there's a lot more people who have converted over. And even still, there was a ton of people on Steam playing, right? There was like 224 or 230 or something like that. Over the weekend, that number grew. More people were playing. And again, this is just people who spend $100 or more on the game.
That's the bigger deal, right? This game has people acting a fool. They're like, fuck it. For a few days earlier, I'll pay that extra money. This is what I'm saying. The movement that this game has caused. And the funny thing, I just, in my mind, just picture the PlayStation people like, fuck Xbox, but they're playing on their computer, on their PC.
Dude, just
Starfield.
Just from premium edition purchases on Steam for the people who bought it, you're at over $24 million just for early access people.
That's crazy.
That's not counting Xbox, and that's only on Steam. That's not counting. I mean, most of the people on our timeline, they're actually playing it on Xbox.
Yeah.
And they paid the extra bump, the $31, $34, whatever, to get it. Some people just bought the premium edition. So Starfield numbers, I can't wait for Xbox to say how many people in all places total have played Starfield during early access.
And this is the thing.
I think that's going to be a crazy number.
When you think about this, they don't need to say anything. This is the biggest fuck you to IGN they can do, right? The fans sticking by the game, going ahead and spending that money, playing the game, and hyping it up. Like, dude, that's what needs to happen. And again, I do feel like IGN needs to get that hit. They need to feel from the Xbox fans that situation where they feel like left behind and isolated from them.
Agreed.
You know?
Fonzo says, I think reputable platforms don't want to give IGN the oxygen. They don't, because they're garbage. All right.
You said that so eloquently.
I mean, it's true. Civ Lord was talking about Starfield versus Animal Crossing when we brought it up. This is going to be my Animal Crossing. Oh my God.
Man, I love that game. I hear the name and it gets me so excited. So I understand the hype that you feel. Like this was like a Halo moment for you. You've been playing Halo since Xbox came out. You understand that? Like it's ingrained in you.
Absolutely.
So for you to get that type of hype and excitement for something brand new, that's huge, right?
Absolutely.
Like I don't see you like this over anything other than Halo. So like that's crazy.
Yeah, when a new Halo comes out, I disappear from all other games.
Yeah.
And this is doing that same thing for me, which is wild.
Yeah, it is insane, dude. Yeah. And it's like in space and all this, like other planets and stuff like that. So it has those similarities that you feel connected to.
I feel like this just makes me dream of a day that somebody makes a Halo RPG.
Yeah.
I feel like Microsoft needs to do this.
To come through with it.
Just you can show that it's RPG plus the dope ass shooting mechanics. So you have Halo gunplay, Halo everything, but you give me a third person view where I can walk around and talk to people, swap to, first person to go shoot up. Oh my God, that would be everything, dude. Fonto says, I know folks have reviewed the game and not used all the game mechanics. The game can be so different depending on how you play it. That in itself should indicate how much praise this game should get. Absolutely, Fonto. You know what's crazy? IGN, the guy, he played like 50 something or 60 hours of it.
He tried to say that he played a lot more, like, because he said 70
he
something.
He said 70, but it's inflated because he had to do capture and all that other stuff. So that added a bunch of hours. But when somebody had put out there, I forget where it was, but it was like 60 something hours. It was
50 something hours.
Meanwhile, Mr. Matty Plays put out his impressions and he did 70 something hours, but that was his impressions. He didn't do his final review because he still has so much more to experience. Other people have put in over 100, over 120, other 140. One guy that I never followed before, but I saw his name popped up. He does reviews only after he 100% completes the game, meaning he does everything that the game theoretically has to offer.
Fair, right? And even like with, obviously, if you go ahead and you do what you're supposed to do throughout the game, you still haven't gotten a full experience because in this game you go explore and you never know what you're going to run into and what is going to happen and what you're going to feel from those experiences, which will probably change the way that you play. But when everybody was upset that they didn't have any gameplay on that showcase, it was like, I believe it was G maybe who brought up on the chat how you can't have a game like this and go ahead and play for 5 minutes because this game is an experience. You have to like become and sit down and play and really ingrain yourself into it to really get a taste of what this game is.
Oh yeah. And Jacob says it that he tried to downplay his hatred on the stream. The Dan Sableton dude,
the guy.
Yeah, he obviously was just keeping it down, right? He doesn't want to look like he hates the game, right? So he was trying to say things to make it sound better. It's not, man. We know you. We see you. Get out of here with your bullshit.
And the thing about it, it's like at no point should that have been okay to do. So somebody higher should have went ahead and have him step down. It was a blatant, look at what I'm about to do. You guys know that I don't like any of you. I don't like Xbox. So at that point, building up from what's been taking place, it was kind of like, you guys know what's coming. You know I'm going to bring it. And what I'm going to do.
It's crazy, the series of events that led up to it, too, man.
That's the thing.
The Stella Chung or Stella, whatever her name is, putting that thing out there before the game came out that she thinks is bad or whatever. all the hit pieces from IGN of leaving out Xbox out of games that are going into fucking Game Pass day one. Like, it was such a build up to that moment. And then instead of saying, let's show the fans of Xbox that we're not pieces of trash.
Yes.
That we're not here to just talk shit. And you immediately show everyone.
But that's the thing. And that's why it's so important to kind of not give it light, right? And kind of just show them by playing the game, show them by purchasing the game, getting the merch, and just freaking being pumped and putting out there all the positive experiences, all the freaking pictures, like what you're doing and how you're enjoying it. And that's what's going to really get them. You know, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to make the impact, knowing that whatever they did up until this moment didn't really affect you guys. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's upsetting. Just walk away and unfollow, unsubscribe, and stop. Let's not give into their shit.
Definitely get that. Fonzo says, no one I know is renewing their PlayStation Plus when the price goes up.
No.
Right here, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
Add me to the list. I paid for the year of the premium. No way in life. They haven't done anything to justify the premium cost that I already paid.
Yes.
And they're going to go up $40 for nothing?
Exactly. And they're not even explaining why this is happening. I remember with everything that Game Pass has to offer, I remember when they upped the price, like, what is it, a couple of bucks, $1 for one and a few bucks for the other. And it was like, oh my gosh, look at what they're doing. It's not a freaking big deal. We've had Game Pass for like ever, and they keep throwing games in there. And a game like Starfield is about to be, released in there too. It's like now Jimmy comes out here and it's like, you are going to pay $40 more for this shit. It's like, no, what are you giving me? You haven't even told me what you're working on. You haven't told me what to expect. You haven't gotten me excited about anything that you've got going on. And I don't understand. We talk about them being like business people, right? And going ahead and this is how they function.
Yep.
Dude, you got to tell us what you're doing.
Well, what they're doing is they're riding the Spider-Man wave, right? So they know that there's going to be tens of millions of people who are going to buy Spider-Man, right? Out of all their first-party games, Spider-Man is going to be one of the biggest selling because it's the biggest name that people know.
Yeah.
So they're riding it out and they're saying, we don't need to show the gamers anything more because this is all they need for now. So we don't need to put out multiple games. This is it. Next year, we'll figure it out. Next year, we'll figure it out.
But for now, as we go.
For now, we have suckers like us who buy the Spider-Man console. We paid for like 5 people or 6 people who are just going to buy the regular game.
Yeah. Like
we did it when we bought the stupid console and we bought the collector's edition, right? It's just, that's what he's writing. And it's, it is what it is. G Maybe says, Fonto, sir, that just makes too much sense. It's good to hear that some folks are finally saying enough is enough.
Yeah.
And he also says, that's crazy to think about. Starfield early access earnings might be more than some games earnings overall.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
That is fact, dude. I'm telling you, when you're going to see whenever Xbox puts it out, when they combine the Xbox players, the Steam players, and the PC Game Pass players,
mind-blowing. It's going to be mind-blowing.
They're going to have so many millions of people who played it.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. Like Forza, think about what Forza Horizon did when it first came out. There was so many people who played it in early access. I can't see a world where Starfield is not around that same level. Like
Rocking.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then, again, the game's not out yet. Like we literally have...
Yes, we have what, 2 more days?
2 days.
That's when it's really going to blow up, you guys. This is going to be insane. If this is the hype with it being, extra, imagine what's going to happen when this thing drops in Game Pass.
Absolutely.
It's going to be insane.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad because, you can't look at this game and not see how much time they spend, really trying to get it right, in the amount of stuff that they give you. So, it's well deserved. If we can,
absolutely.
Yeah. BG freaking 3, if we can talk about how they've leaped that, genre of games, right? Like this
How
is
they move
insane.
that genre
yeah.
forward. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely it's a special thing, and as much as the haters might want to try to downplay it, you know, to make themselves feel better because they can't play it, or the people who are hate playing it, where they are actually loving the game, but they just talk shit about it so that they can get their clicks and engagement on Twitter.
But this is, and you brought up that point, and it's such a big thing. Yes, what do? You do contrast for people to come and see what it's all about, right?
You want to be contradictory,
that's the hype.
so people
you want
can
to go ahead and see
stuff.
what, even if you're a fan, right, and you're waiting to play this game, you're like, okay, wait, what's wrong? Why? What is everyone else not seeing that you are seeing, right? You want to know.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Okay, so Madman didn't hear about the reviews, right? And he's like, I heard IGN gave it a 7, and he went to I'm like, don't click in, don't give them the clicks. Like, he's like, I just want to see what they have to say. Like, what did they base it on? I'm like,
but that's what they want.
It's a bait.
That's
they just want you to
bro.
want to see why they gave it a 7.
100% what they want.
But yeah, I'm like, I like freaked out. He's like, what's wrong? I'm just trying to see. Like, I'm like, don't give them the click.
Yep. Yeah. It's
This
bullshit.
is
It's
but
bullshit.
that is the situation. I mean, again, when you do things like these, like you're really burning bridges. You got to deal also with the consequences that are going to come from it. So that's that.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
100%. Jacob says, remember that Xbox worker said at the FTC trial that Elder Scrolls 6 is for 2028. And Todd said that the game have now entered pre-production. Well, you got to remember that even right now, they've been making Starfield for 8 years, but he brings up in an interview that it's the production, like everything else was pre-production. It was really the last 3 years that it ramped up. So from 2020 to now is really where the game took shape. So that's where they were actually in their most of their production. So you figure if it's 2028, you still have like till 2025 for them to finish up pre-production, and then 3 years of hard, actually building and finishing the game. So yeah, I think that's there. Yeah. He also says that PlayStation promised us an extended PS2 library on PlayStation Plus, which didn't happen. He says 2K released a collection the 1st of September, which includes 6 Borderland games for $159, but you can buy it for $67 for 2 more days. That's unnecessary.
Broken promises.
G maybe says multiple price increases, peripherals without software support, peripherals that require you to buy other peripherals to enjoy it.
Yes.
Gas games as a first party direction. Yeah, nonsense. That's what they've given us. That's the joy that they're bringing to us.
It's like, all right, we've graced you with this. Enjoy.
Yep. Fonzo says, one of my best buds just got a Series S after only having a Switch Lite and a PS4 Slim for years.
Ooh,
he is so
congrats.
hyped for Starfield on Wednesday. A new Game Pass sub too.
That's awesome. And see, this is going to be taking place all over the place. And I'm just, thank you for sharing that, because this is like the first time we personally hear about someone who knows someone that is doing this. But I feel like this is just the new situation that's going to be going down. And a lot of PlayStation fans are going to, like, without telling anybody, and again, continuing to spread that hate, are going to go ahead and get home and play their Xbox and keep on talking shit.
Of course. Of course. And that's the wild thing. But see that, Fonzo, that story, I could only imagine how that story is duplicated throughout everywhere. Like,
I agree.
People are like really enamored with the idea of Starfield. Like, it's a huge thing. It's everywhere. I even I retweeted, I saw it. I don't even know how that shit ended up in my feed. But you know that actress Chloe Grace or whatever? Like, she's slightly younger. She's done
Chloe's, that sounds that I feel like
there was, like, remember that movie where she got, like, she was in the hospital and some guy, like she was like dying or something, and she can like.
I think I know who you're talking
Chloe Grace.
about.
I think you guys might know, but she has like 28 million followers or some shit like that. She literally, it just showed up in my feed somehow.
Yeah.
I've been playing so much Starfield that it's borderline to a unhealthy like an unhealthy
it's
amount.
A problem. That's so dope.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
Grace Moretz. Yeah, she's thanks G maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah, so she's like celebrity
That's
person.
super cool.
It's out there. They have, video of Post Malone saying how pumped he is.
Yeah.
This is good. Like when you take somebody like that who's famous, and they
with
put
so
that
many
out
followers,
there, and so many followers seeing that, what do you think happens? People are saying,
oh my gosh, you're playing it? I want to play it too. If you're doing it, I want to be just like you.
100%. 100%.
So it's a movement, baby.
That's exactly what it is. So it's, sorry about that. The thing went crazy a little bit. So yeah, it was, it's pretty cool just to see how many people are making that move over to Xbox. As much as it's not a thing that Xbox is actually like necessarily looking for.
Yes.
Right. It is that type of game.
It's naturally happening.
It's a game that is going to demand people to be like, yo, I need to be able to play that game.
And I love that big people like that, like actors, actresses, singers, whatever, whoever can go ahead and continue to spread the word, right? It's necessary. It's important, especially when we see situations happen where they're trying to get knocked, right? A lot of people worked on this game. A lot of people with families, right? It's good that this is happening.
Well,
we need that word out there.
I mean, the other big thing is that this is like Xbox's
moment.
Like this is their big game because you gotta remember, like Halo is huge, but they've always had Halo.
Yes.
So if you didn't come to Xbox before for Halo, doesn't matter how good Halo is. Even if everybody's playing Halo, it's not gonna have the same effect because they already say in their mind, every Xbox guy loves Halo, but
we're not bringing anybody else.
We're not gonna go play Halo because we don't like Halo.
Exactly.
Right? So
that's not our thing.
This game though, is a game that so smart that purchased with Bethesda because it was, Bethesda Game Studios, like that studio that makes the Fallouts and the Elder Scrolls. They are a behemoth in the world of gaming. People know who they are and people play their games, millions and millions and millions of people. So if you don't have an Xbox and you're a console only person, you fucking better believe that people are going to buy an Xbox, whether it is a Series S just to kind of get in there. You think Todd Howard is stupid? He kept talking about how he's been playing the game on the Series S. Yes. Because Xbox knows that the easiest way to get those people to come over to Xbox is to buy a Series S.
Yes.
Because they will go and just say, okay, well, I can buy the cheap one. Right?
And still have my experience. Yeah.
This Black Friday, I guarantee there'll be a price drop on the Series S.
Yes.
And that shit is going to sell. It's going to be sold out everywhere.
I'm so glad you brought that up because
everywhere, bro.
Yes, as much as it's anticipated and everybody's waiting for the game to come out, you're also going to see a huge increase because a lot of people are going. I remember in the chat somewhere, somebody said, my girlfriend or my wife is getting this for me she told me to wait till Christmas, right? So a lot of people are going to be getting this game for the holidays. Obviously, if that's what makes sense to receive it as a gift, or if it makes sense because that's when you're home and you're taking some time and that's when you're going to really be able to get into the game and enjoy it. Like, we're going to also see a huge boost from the holidays. That's going to be, I didn't even think about that.
Absolutely. It's going to be huge, man. This is a game that's not going to stop rolling.
Yes.
And then, like, it's even crazy to think, like, next month we have Forza.
I know.
And there's so many other big games coming out this year. And it's like, I can't even wrap my head around doing it. Like, I'm going to lean heavy on our YouTube channel.
I know.
Because we're going to, that's the way I'm going to play other games. Because I'm going to be like, all right, so let's stream Forza. Let's stream Liza P.
And listen,
let's stream this to kind of experience these other games.
I get that. And I normally wouldn't, like, I don't normally play, like I've done here and there, like I don't normally play Forza, but after seeing how I can play, dude, I'm not gonna keep you guys from like seeing that again. We're coming in,
especially on a track.
We're coming in. This is gonna be crazy. We're gonna get down and dirty. And
dude,
we're
the
gonna
new Assassin's Creed comes out this year. That I wanted to play.
I'm really curious to see if I will enjoy that, because again, I'm particular with those games. Like I have the one that I'm a ride or die for. I love the game, but I don't love all the Assassin's Creed games. So I didn't like the latest one. I'm hoping to see if this one I click with. It's a connection. I got to make a connection with the game.
You do. Absolutely. Absolutely. G-Maybe says Sony PlayStation is earning its name.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Jacob says if Sony owned Redfall, then that would mean no further notice closure of Arcane. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to be fair, like this is the thing. I think the fact that Arcane has moved on. Okay. So Arcane is not going to be the ones fixing this game. They have a support studio that's going to be working on fixing Redfall. I mean, they might have some people who are working on it, but there's another entity that they have that's going to be mostly doing it. So, but again, Xbox shows that they have no problem investing in the long term. All their big games, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, they all came out to bad reviews, middling reviews. And as they continued on getting better and better and better and better, bro, there's a whole world of gamers who live on Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
Millions and millions of players who every day they wake up, they go to work, they come home, they get on Sea of Thieves, and they just live there. And that's what Xbox has been able to do successfully. They have these things. Grounded is another one. You know, people don't think about it because it's not sexy to talk about because it's old, but people just play Grounded. That's it. That's just where they live. Just like there's some people who only play Fortnite, right? We don't talk about it.
The dance. I get so excited. I just hear the dances and I see the dances in my mind. I'm like, yo, we gotta play Fortnite.
Yeah, so it's funny that, you know, as much as people hated the fact that Xbox wasn't making the type of games that PlayStation makes, right? In reality, those are essentially the easiest type of games to make, because if you have a talented studio and you give them a lot of money, they can make that happen. And Xbox has talented studios, so they can make that happen. That's what we're seeing with the Fables of the world. That's what we're seeing with Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. You know, they're going to make those games. What's hard to make are the games as a service games, are the games that keep people coming back. That's where PlayStation has sucked.
And, you know, I can appreciate the fact that they didn't say, okay, this is working for PlayStation, let's go ahead and do it too, right? They kind of stayed in their own lane and continuing with the whole multiplayer experience in their truth, kind of, like, rather than sell out. Absolutely. You know, so that you have to give, because it's very tempting, right, to go ahead. And PlayStation did it. They've dropped everything other than what works. Right? They've dropped everything else. So they fell into that. And they've actually like boxed themselves into the situation that they're in now. But I didn't see Xbox going ahead and kind of giving into the pressure of let's go ahead and be like PlayStation so we can compete on that lane. They kind of just been doing their own thing. Yeah. And you got to admire that, right?
Agreed 100%. And they haven't even went ahead and made it an issue with their studios to go ahead and do that, right?
Exactly.
Like to go ahead
to put pressure on them.
Like, yo, release this game.
Why exactly?
Like, why is Fable taking so long? Let's get it out. Why is Hellblade taking so long? Let's get it out so we can compete, because there's no games. Like, they literally just took an L in 2022 and said, fuck it, we ain't got shit.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. We're aiming for next year to make it a big deal. And the year popped off with a bang with Hi-Fi Rush. Redfall should have been better. It wasn't, but if it was really good, that would have been another big one.
Hold on, real quick. Over here, this is when
this is the bank scene.
He just robbed the ATM outside.
Yes.
And he went freaking bonkers. And he's wondering why he's getting shot. He went into the bank, but this is the store, right? Yeah,
this is the store that I was trying to sell my stuff.
So this is where it kind of took a turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Things went bad.
And you're right. Like with Redfall, obviously it's not what they expected. But they still continue to work on it. They still continue to make it what people have an issue with, going ahead and patch that up and fix it. I mean, are you kidding me? It had to be so difficult to go ahead and be out there. And you saw Phil at the Games Award. He didn't you can't even imagine what he may have been feeling at that moment. He went and he sat there, saw freaking PlayStation collecting all their freaking awards. They didn't have any games. They had to delay Halo. When you see people at their lowest, not hiding and continuing on their path, you have to admire that. That was beautiful to see, because you can understand, if you put yourself in that situation, how crazy that must have felt to him. We saw him on an interview when Redfall came out, right?
Yep.
And it was heartbreaking, honestly. There's something about Phil that you see his eyes and his expression, the way he speaks is very genuine. And you kind of feel his hurt, right? When he's talking. And he gave a very raw interview where he was extremely upset and about how, he kind of felt like he let down the fans, the consumers, right? With Redfall, and they're not stopping. They're continuing to fix it. So
they're going to fix it.
So
they'll get it right. I mean, they have a track record of fixing it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Halo, right? People were bitching about the multiplayer live service.
Yeah.
They never bitch about the game, because the game's amazing, but they bitch about the live service, which makes people think they're bitching about the game. But those are two different things.
See, I didn't understand that either until you explained it to me. But
nobody
it is
bitches
correct.
about the game, because Halo campaign was amazing.
Yes.
And Halo multiplayer is the best fucking multiplayer out there.
But if you don't understand the elements of it and you're not ingrained in that, you just hear Halo bad, done.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. Fonso says, I've got PS Plus Extra, and the exclusive games on the service are cool. But after you've played those one and done games, what does the service offer except for cloud saves and online play? It's a bad service.
You are correct, because they are one and done. You kind of, again, we're talking about Starfield and everything they have, right? You go, you roam around, you're living your Starfield life in Starfield, but again, the games are very beginning to end, where you don't necessarily, and because they are, and it is such a big advantage to have such touching games, right? Games that kind of pull your heartstrings and you get consumed by it and you feel the pain or the joy or whatever it is they're trying to make you relate to. It is great, but it's also a one and done, as you stated. You go ahead, you play it, and it's like you have to go. Even if you went back, you have to go years, right, without playing the game. The Last of Us, you're experiencing again, because I never played it before, and we did the gameplay of the entire first game, and then we started the second game, which we have to get back to at some point. But that story is so heavy and so much. Like, you don't just wake up one morning and said, well, I beat it yesterday, let me start the game again. No.
Definitely not.
Again, and this is a game that they've milked. They've released and released and released, and it's been bonkers. Like, who makes that much money from a game? I mean, Nintendo does, but
those are facts.
That's a whole other story. I'm a little
right
annoyed with Nintendo that they had the audacity to release that red Switch and call it a Mario Switch. How dare you?
It's just the same one that they released before. They just did it with the OLED now.
I think that they needed
we
to
know
go
it's coming
ahead
out next year,
and
so
really,
why are we?
It really makes something special if you're trying to call it a freaking Mario Switch. That's ridiculous.
G Maybe says, saw clips of the Normandy from Mass Effect and the Pelican from Halo and Starfield. It's crazy what this game can do. God, I want it so badly.
You're messing with CMoney.
I want to make it so badly. I can't make it.
Listen,
somebody needs to do a step-by-step blueprint so I can just follow that shit.
You guys got to message him on Discord like, yo, CMoney, you can make this. And then be like, psych. Give it a minute, because he will get so hyped and then heartbroken. It'll be kind of funny.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fountal says the amount of games coming out in October alone is wild. I know. Yeah. That is wild.
What is your most anticipated game for October, Fontal?
All of you.
How about
put it in the chat. Let us know what your most anticipated October game.
For October, yes.
Starfield.
Starfield. It's out already. All right. So you have to
Forza.
Flush it out. Forza, you're excited for.
Yeah,
ready
Forza,
to play.
It's such a different game from Starfield. So, I still don't think I still don't know if I'll be able to stop playing it, but if I do, it'll be Forza.
There's no betrayal here. We know you're going to be playing Starfield, but you got to get your hands on other things. some, and you know, Forza's really sexy. Those cars are deliciously
That shit
sexy.
looks beautiful.
Yes,
for sure.
it does.
Absolutely. Fonto says Spider-Man 2 is his number one for October. I forgot about Spider-Man 2.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it. And I bought all that shit.
Cannot wait. He is so excited for it. Spider-Man is like his favorite superhero. So he's really pumped for it. He was crazy about the movies. Rightfully so. They were really, really good.
Absolutely.
And he's really pumped. So that's his game too. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and say that that's going to be his game.
That'll be Madman's game.
Obviously, I haven't confirmed that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what he's going to go with. Because
yours is Assassin's Creed, right?
It's a big deal. I want, yes, because I mean, I know I should be hyped about, obviously, Forza because of my skill levels, but I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed. I want to see if it sucks me in and it makes me want it. You know?
Absolutely. Fonto says Madman has good taste.
He does. He does. And very passionate about his taste and like very defensive about them.
He really is.
Yes.
Jacob says 3 games that came out a mess: Sea of Thieves, Halo Infinite, and Redfall. Xbox ain't afraid to invest to make them good, but Sony are. Therefore, Sony's games as a service are dangerous. They are in danger for sure.
Yeah.
Fonto says that's why PlayStation bought Bungie. And then Bungie went ahead and just said, cancel this shit. Drop this. This is going to be trash. Sorry, Naughty Dog. You guys don't know how to make shit. This is a problem, yo. Jacob says, I can see Redfall becoming a games as a service because Xbox is better on game service than Sony. Yeah, I feel that. G-Baby says, remember when you would buy a new console and then choosing your first couple games to take home to play?
Oh, my God.
Now you can just buy a Series S and have hundreds of titles as soon as you set it up. Insane.
Yes.
Fonda says, facts, G, it's a great time to be a gamer, if not a little overwhelming for noobs. I can tell you right now, if I was a young CMoney.
Oh, my gosh.
A young CMoney living in this time.
Yes.
Man.
The life. But this is the thing. I do
crazy.
tell CMoney all the time that we have to appreciate the fact that we've been able to see the evolution of
is what's
gaming.
important.
Like to know it's a difference, like going back and seeing and being like, oh damn, that has come so far.
They also don't appreciate that shit too.
No, and that's the thing. Like being what you have to play, being what they've given you, and at that moment feeling like this is the greatest freaking thing ever. And that excitement and seeing how far we've come when it comes to gaming. It's insane, dude. And that's an experience that we have because from now on, what they're seeing is like now the bottom line is Starfield for those that are starting in this gen, right? So you see this game and it's like they want to see the evolution from then, right? And it's like we got to see it when it was like stripped down and nothing. And we thought it was the most amazing thing ever. And I do have this memory that it's like forever in my mind of when I went with CMoney to pick up your Xbox 360.
Oh, yes.
This guy was such a show off. He was at the store.
I did.
Just let me get that and let me get that. We were just like starting up, right?
That was the year we got married.
Oh, got it.
And the same year we met. And the same year we started dating. And the same year we got engaged.
You got to explain it so they understand. We got engaged the
same month that
we started dating.
That the 360 came out.
Yes.
We started dating the month before, and then we met the month before that.
So we dated for like 2 weeks, and then
met in September. October dating. November.
October we hung out.
And then we started dating.
And then started dating
and
in November.
We got... No, November is when we got engaged, fam.
No.
Yes.
And it was December, 2 weeks to 2 weeks. Yeah. He locked it down real fast.
And then we got married in December. And 18 years later, look at us. But yeah, 360 will always be special because it'll be the same year that we got married.
Yeah. And I remember that swag over there. Trying to show off.
Had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I had to let her know how it goes down. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine? Sir, your card has been declined?
No, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. Back then, I don't even think I used a credit card. I think that was just like my debit card.
I would like step aside, buddy. I got you.
Yeah. Jacob said, well, he's ready. He says he would like to go to Xbox and be able to make a new studio called We Will Kill PlayStation Studios. That's a bit
Jacob
much.
is going for the kill. He's like, go ahead. Let's crush them out. Let's squeeze them out. Listen, I think that if they continue on this path and continue to just do them, I think we're going to see a lot of changes. And this is just the beginning of it. You know, it had to be discouraging again after releasing, and also like a pep on their step. Like, let's go after releasing Redfall and having that.
Oh yeah, we know that.
That's like, let's go.
That
Get
was
it
the
together.
last of its
Starfield
time.
And nothing else from now on.
That was a remnant of the past, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen going forward. Microsoft will not be that stupid.
Can you imagine working for Philly Phil? He seems like the chillest freaking dopest
No, I think
person.
it must be stressful to work for Philly Phil right now.
You think so?
I think they support you and they do all that stuff, but that support also comes with like a, hey, we're giving you can't blame us.
Yeah.
We're giving you whatever you need.
I think
we got the money, we got the time, we got the resources. If you can't make a good game,
that's
then
on you.
You are fucked. I can see a world where Xbox closes studios easier. Not that they will, but I can see that world because now that they're giving them everything, if you can't come through, then what good are you?
But this is the thing. Yes, but I do go back to the fact that of how he speaks and how he allows people to kind of pitch him an idea of something that they're passionate about and that they love and they want to see come, you know, to reality, and how supportive he is of those things. I mean, you gotta commend him for that.
Agreed 100%.
That's pretty dope.
G maybe brings up a good point. He says, I'd
be like, yo, Phil, dance break.
G maybe says, yeah, Fonso may be a little overwhelming for some. Must be why MS introduced the starting tier to limit that feeling. Very true. Remember the new, their new Game Pass tiers.
Yeah.
The first tier doesn't give you all of Game Pass. It only gives you like 25 or something like that. And it's going to keep growing from there. That's very, very smart, where new people are going to just hop in and be like, okay, we're just going to do the cheapest one. Let's see what they have. You start with a lot of core games that are important for them to play. And then they get kind of unleashed to the rest if they upgrade. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like it's not full commitment. It's kind of like, tiptoe around it. I mean, it's genius. Yeah.
100%. Jacob says, remember that the leaked Elder Scrolls 4 remake is rumored to be 2024, 2025. Well, that will be on the PlayStation 5 because the original was on PlayStation 3, but regardless, that will do numbers. Well, if you remember, the original was actually exclusive to Xbox 360 for a while before it ultimately ended up going to PlayStation after a long time. I could honestly see them making this an exclusive. It's been way too long. This is not something that anybody who had a PlayStation 4 even knows about, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking 2 generations back. I could definitely see them saying, no, this is ours. No. Hey, Xbox fans, guess what? I know you're waiting for the new Elder Scrolls 6, but we remade Elder Scrolls Oblivion in the new Starfield engine, the Creation 2 engine.
That'd be crazy,
dude.
the
graphics that it will be. Yo, crazy. So I honestly think that's going to be a
no-brainer.
An exclusive. Yeah. G maybe says his most looking forward games for October. Damn it, I forgot about this one too.
This.
Jesus Christ.
Tell me.
Alan Wake 2.
Yes.
Damn it. I fucking need to play that. We're definitely going to play it on stream.
That game is going to be such a psych out. It's going to be crazy.
It is. Yo, the backlog is going to be so real. AC Mirage, so Assassin's Creed. Lords of the Fallen. Damn, that looks good. Ghost Runner 2. That also looks good. GMB says, good thing you didn't get the Red Ring of Death early. Might have been a disastrous start. It may have been disastrous. LOL. That would have been a bad sign for us.
Can you imagine?
But we actually did get the Red Ring of Death way towards literally right before the next generation came out, which was wild.
Yeah, it survived crazy.
A long time.
And then I remember, because I think you paid like $50 and they'll go ahead and like fix it. Like you send in your Xbox and they try to fix it. But like I feel like once it's got that juju in it, it's like done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Fonzo says you could measure your marriage in console generations. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that's
dope.
why I'm so tied to Xbox too, aside from the games and stuff. Like it has such a important, part of my life attached to it.
I get that.
So yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
G maybe says the first console I bought after getting married was the Nintendo 64.
Woo!
Damn.
Yes, baby.
Fucking shit, G maybe. I remember getting a Nintendo 64. That was such a dope console. Oh
I
God.
went.
I mean, it actually was really whack because most games were not good on the system. Besides, like the first games.
I didn't play the Nintendo 64. I went from a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation. So that was my path.
64 was dope.
And the GameCube either, but like I got with the kids because Madman loves those classic consoles and the games. So it's been really cool to have or like a young kid wanting to know about all these things and experience all these things. That's so cool.
He definitely is into the classic consoles, which is dope.
He's cultured.
Yeah, very cultured. Very cultured indeed.
So what was the first game you played and picked up, G maybe?
I think everybody played until Mario 64.
Gotta be Mario.
If it's not Mario 64, I'll be shocked. So Jacob says that's why I said go to court to be able to, because names like PlayStation, FTC, and more are trademarked. I get that. Fonto says I did 600 plus hours in Elder Scroll 4. I'd get a remake in a heartbeat. Yes.
You'd be like, Snatchies, let's go.
Yes,
time to play.
I'm really intrigued by like how long am I going to play this Starfield?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, am I going to beat the game? Am I going to do New Game Plus? I typically don't ever do New Game Pluses. Like, I don't ever beat a game twice for the most part. Halo, I don't think ever did a New Game Plus. So I never, like, that would be the thing that would get me to do one probably. Yeah. I just recently restarted Elder Scrolls as a new game. Not Elder Scrolls, I'm sorry, man. Look at this. Bethesda on my mind. Elden Ring. I did it just because one of the guys who works for me talked about how cool it was when he went back. So I was like, all right, I did it for a little bit. And I'm like, all right, well,
Donzo.
I experienced that game already. Like, I don't need to play it again. I don't know how far this is going to go.
Yeah, I think it's going to go really far for you with Starfield. I think so. I don't feel like once you feel like you've beat the game, it's like a done chapter for you. I think that because there's so much, again, to explore and do and to continue like living through.
I agree. I will definitely keep playing after I beat the game as far as like doing all the other stuff I want to do. What I don't know is if I would restart the story part of it.
I don't think you
as
would.
A New Game Plus. But supposedly the New Game Plus here is like super dope.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe it'll enhance playing the rest of the stuff again.
Yeah.
So
I do see you like, oh my gosh, going back into like the museum area and like really looking at some of those things that you tend to like really appreciate.
I walked through that museum. I don't know if you guys done it yet, but this seems like a lot of cool stuff. But we were streaming it and I didn't want to sit there and listen to everything. So we just kept it moving. But I probably would have sat there and listened to it for sure.
You jumped over and took a picture with the statue that they had over there.
It looks so cool, man.
Made me feel like you were
at
the wax museum.
Yeah,
you were
I felt like I was there. I was like, I need a picture with this dude. He's the famous guy. I need that picture.
Let me give you a hug. This is as close as I'm going to get to this actor or actress.
That real quick.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So G maybe I knew it. He actually has the two identical games that I got when I first got mine.
Yeah?
Mario 64 and Wave Race 64.
Ooh.
That's the show. See, this is the thing.
You guys are twinsies.
This is what people don't understand. Wave Race 64.
Yeah.
The water in that game, which if you put it now, looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
But back then,
it was
mind-blowing magic.
But this is what I'm saying.
Never saw a game that had water that looked like that before.
Imagine, like no one can take that from you, right?
Yep.
Imagine seeing
Kids
it
will never
now.
appreciate that, man.
Exactly, for the first time.
I think that's why I'm at, odds with a lot of people, like with a lot of younger people.
Yes.
Because like I keep wanting to push this forward. Like I want them to give me more graphics. I'm never satisfied. I want to keep going as far as humanly possible. I want to be able to literally feel like I'm controlling humans on my screen. That's what I want. I want that. I want to feel like that knife is an actual physical looking knife, not like, wow, that looks really close to what a knife would look like, right?
Yes.
Like I want that. I want it to look like I'm playing real life. That's my ultimate
And
end
I
game. Not every
understand
game
that.
has to be
But
that,
see,
but I want us to
the
get
ones that are
there.
supposed to give
Yes,
you
like
that
The Last
feeling,
of Us, I
go
want
ahead
that
and
shit
give me
to be
that.
like
Yes,
I'm literally watching, I'm controlling a movie happening in front of me. Like
Yes.
I want that feeling. So until we get that feeling, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm always going to be pushing. Fable, the new Fable.
Yes.
It's amazing looking. Obviously, they went more. They still have like their artistic approach to it. So they look amazing, but they're not going for photorealism, right? They're doing, beautiful things with the landscapes, and the character models are amazing and everything else. Everything looks great, but like we're still not there. Like the power of the systems are still not there to get us there. I do feel like the next generation of consoles are going to get us a hell of a lot closer. Just depends on whether people are going to make the investment to actually take it to that level. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the industry saying that it's good enough at this level. Let's go ahead and just, go wide.
But see, and that's why we got to kind of keep bringing it up. But we're talking about different generations, right? Again, it goes back to us seeing how far it's come. And you're like looking at the clock, like, look, I'm getting older. I need to see the most possible throughout my lifetime, right? Whereas, these younger people, they start at a different place, and it's like, okay, well, the changes are good enough. I'm all right with that. It's like, no, your clock is not ticking as fast as mine.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's
very true, man. Very, very true. Very, very true. Jacob says 3 games that need a Starfield type direct: the Elder Scrolls 4 remake, and Elder Scrolls 6, and Indiana Jones. Man, I agree, but they also need that for Fable. I want to see that for South of Midnight. I feel like they need to go ahead and they need to follow Nintendo's roadmap.
Yeah.
Every big game gets a direct. Now, is it going to be 40-minute direct like Starfield? Maybe not. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Just depends on the scope of the game.
Nintendo had a direct, and it was very short.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't need to focus on it and give it its
a spotlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Agree.
So I think you can do that in the January direct that they do, where they highlight 4 games or whatever, and then make one game just more highlighted.
Yes. How unexpected
or you can do the other ones.
Was that freaking direct? It
was great.
Dope.
It was so well done.
Dude, when they just dropped that game, it was like lose your mind, excitement, do a little dance, and go check it out. It was like that. It was crazy. And unexpected, obviously not something that they do. So you're just like losing your mind.
Yeah, no, Jacob points out, of course, I was only highlighting 3 of them. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Just when you said those, I'm like, oh man, so many that I could think of that would be good to do.
He wants it all, okay? And it all just comes really fast.
Jacob has a fun fact here. It says Cameo from Rare was in development for Nintendo 64 and then GameCube and then the original Xbox, and ultimately it released on the 360. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. Well, Rare's out here making moves.
Madman wants games coming back from Rare. What's there's one that he brings up all the time that they should.
I don't remember, but I know he's like an old soul with games.
Yeah,
like he
really
likes some of these classic stuff. So that's actually pretty cool that that's the way he is. All right. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here because this is the thing. We've
done it again, you guys.
So check it out. So this show,
and you know what's funny? I just sat and got like comfortable because I just feel like we're about to chill. But this is like a 1 hour show situation.
So this is the thing. This show will normally take place. I would be at work, and Doodle will be here, and we'll be using like StreamYard to stream it together.
Yeah.
But today's Labor Day in the U.S.
And we're whooping it up.
I'm off today, so we're here in the same room.
Yes.
And we're living the great life
loca,
here.
guys.
That's right. But once I'm in the office, this is an hour show because I'm only going to be able to take so much time. But we doubled it today. We went to 2 hours.
I know.
So
we're overachievers.
We are overachievers. We are.
Nah, we just have such a good time with you guys. And we love
It is.
that you
It's so
show
fun.
up for us. We appreciate it.
we
And that
do.
you get involved in our conversation and we just all chill and kind of just talk, rock out, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's dope.
Yeah, so we do really appreciate you guys coming to stop by. If you haven't already, please hit that like button.
Yes.
Okay. That makes people know that this was worth watching. So hit it because it does a lot for us. Also, if you haven't, yeah, it was a Labor Day special, Fonto.
Right? There we
Absolutely.
go. Perfect name.
Jacob says on Halloween, I want to see CMoney as a monster. I think we could do a Halloween stream,
my
get a
gosh.
costume for it.
Yes.
I feel like we could do that.
That's a
I feel like
great
we could do
idea.
that.
Okay, I'm
That's
in.
good stuff. That's good stuff.
And then we got to figure out our costumes. That'll be so cool.
Absolutely.
I'm always
absolutely.
down for stuff like that.
Absolutely. That's a good idea.
I like it.
Fonto says, great show, guys. Great conversation.
you.
Appreciate it. You know, we really like this. It's cool to kind of start the week off with you guys.
Yeah.
And you know, before we get into our regular stuff, please remember that tomorrow we will be having, first of all, I'll be on Boom's show, Xbox Factor Podcast at 12 p.m. But tomorrow night, we will have our very first episode where we bring a guest on our show. We've never had a guest on our channel ever. This is going to be the first time. And I'm so gracious and thankful that Boom graciously accepted our invitation to be the first person. He's been such a pivotal person in our lives when it comes to YouTube and kind of, you know, exposing us to all you fine people who, you know, we start to see as friends, man. Like, it's so cool to be able to rock with you guys.
It's crazy. It's crazy that
really
connection that you make, even though, like,
I think it's been, you know, it's been really, really cool. So I would love the fact that he's going to be our first guest, because I feel like, you know, I could not imagine starting a guest show and not having Boom be our first guest, right? So
that would be crazy.
That was super dope. I really appreciated Boom for doing that for us. Then remember, you know, every week we'll have a new guest. Next week we are going to have King David. That show's going to be early because he does work at night.
That's
so it'll be a 4
I'm so excited.
Eastern show. So that's going to be super dope. Remember that on Friday we're going to have our first episode of On Point Screen Lovers, Anime and Beyond, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Hosted by Madman.
Hosted by Madman.
Yes.
I know it's a late show, so some of you guys on the other side of the pond or different time zones might not be able to see it, but definitely catch it on the back end on video, because they're great discussions. If you haven't already, I know a lot of you guys are, but join our Discord.
Yes.
We get to kind of chat in there. Have a good time. You know, love seeing everybody in between the live shows.
Agreed.
And did I say hit the subscribe button if you haven't?
I don't think you did.
Well, hit the subscribe button if you haven't.
Yes. Not
and ring the
twice,
bell.
you maybe.
Just once. Just one time. Hit the subscribe button. All right. And go ahead and hit the bell so you know when we go live. I think we've been making some big move. Oh, no. I definitely want to say this. Next week's show on Saturday, On Point, the gaming newscast.
Yes.
Remember, it will only be about games. We're not doing the other stuff. We've broken that apart. But we have a new time for it. We're actually going to go earlier than we did before. It'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We want to make it a little easier for our friends, again, in the different time zones to come hang with us. So that's going to be super duper cool.
I know. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, with that,
guys,
we're wrapping it up, guys.
Labor Day.
Enjoy. I don't think they have Labor Day over there.
Don't do too much today.
But if you celebrate Labor Day and you're off,
you don't need to.
Awesome
you
sauce.
just got to celebrate it. You know
Just
what I mean?
celebrate it anyway.
Celebrate it.
Whatever.
Enjoy the day.
Absolutely.
Guys,
thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
So until next time,
you're intruding.
You're intruding.